If I go ahead and flick this lever, oh, it actually decided to work this time. I'm not entirely sure why it wasn't working for me before, but it's working now. What's up, agents? Zero here. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a map that I recently found on MCPDL. This is basically a flying machine map that I found. So basically what this is actually going to do is it's a two-way flying machine that will obviously, as you'd expect, go in two directions. This is probably one of the worst intros I've ever done. I will admit to that. But anyway, this is actually a really cool build, all things considered. So this was actually created by Minddrum PE over on Twitter, so huge shout out to them. I'm going to make sure to give them a shout out on Twitter when I post this video, because he technically is asking for it. If you make a YouTube video, let me know so I can retweet it. So I'm definitely going to do that for you, and this is actually really interesting. Before I go any further, I apologize that this is not a survival episode like it's supposed to be today. I'm experiencing a little bit of lag. I'm looking into what's causing it, but until the lag is taken care of, well, I'm not going to be posting any survival videos. Hopefully I can get it fixed by next week, but I can't make any promises. So let's go ahead and get started with actually looking at this map. And I'm probably going to end up doing a little bit of redstone dissecting to figure out exactly how it's working the way it is, because that's the kind of person I am. I want to exactly know how things are working, because I love my redstone. You guys know this about me. So here's what's going on. So if I push this button with this arrow going in this direction, what's going to happen is it's going to send the flying machine over in this direction until it meets the other side, as you'd expect, and it just stops. If I go ahead and press this button, it's going to go all the way back, and it's going to stop directly in the center, as you'd expect. That's like, or at least that's what I technically said. So it stops right here. I can do the exact same thing in the other direction. So as you can tell, it's obviously taking me in this direction, and it'll just do the exact same thing going back to the other side. And I fell off because I decided to walk off for whatever reason. So yeah, that's literally all there is to this build. Now, I'm actually kind of curious exactly how this is working the way it's working. So let me take a look at some of the redstone. So it looks like when this observer detects an update, it's going to send a redstone signal this way, which is eventually going to lead to this piston. And I'm assuming this piston extends so that it stops it, and I'm assuming it does the same thing on the other side. As far as starting is concerned, I'm not entirely sure what starts it. So let's go ahead and send this off in one direction and see exactly. Okay, so yeah, I did see a piston extend to prevent it from going any further. So let's go ahead and see. I press this button. Okay, so that's going to retract that piston down there. So that's going to get moving in one direction or another. And if I go ahead, press this button, I'm assuming from what I saw a little bit ago, that piston's going to extend and prevent the machine from flying any further. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was going to do. Now back here, this is a simple example that the creator put together to kind of showcase exactly how this is working. And I did a little bit of testing with this machine earlier, and I'm not entirely sure why, but it doesn't work 100%. I'm not exactly sure what's causing it. So let me go ahead and show you. If I go ahead and flick this lever, oh, it actually decided to work this time. I'm not entirely sure why it wasn't working for me before, but it's working now. So this is basically what the machine is and what it's doing. This is literally all there is to the flying machine as far as I'm aware, and I haven't fully figured out exactly what's causing it to work the way it is working, because I do understand my redstone, otherwise I wouldn't be doing redstone tutorials on my channel. However, slime block flying machines is one of the things that I do not fully understand. So how this is actually working the way it is, I am not 100% sure, but I can at least attempt to try to figure it out. So it looks like this observer is detecting updates. Obviously, that's how observers work, which is then sending a redstone signal through this slime block, because I did some testing. Slime blocks are full block, which means they will send a redstone signal through it. And they'll send a redstone signal to this piston, which will then extend. And is this a sticky piston? Yes, it is a sticky piston. Okay, and I'm assuming the other side, yeah, they're both sticky pistons. Alright, that's kind of interesting to know. So, alright, so I'm assuming that once one piston extends, it's going to cause the other piston to extend, and then it's just going to pull the rest of it along as I probably would expect it to. I'm not entirely sure how it's causing the glazed terracotta blocks to move along with it, because I'm pretty sure glazed terracotta, they're not supposed to be pulled by slime blocks, but it looks like they are. I know they can be pushed, but apparently they don't seem to be able... Apparently they are able to be pulled, which I didn't actually realize. I thought they could only be pushed. And the reason why glazed terracotta works the way it does is because it's technically considered glossy, and therefore it doesn't really stick to anything, but apparently it is in fact sticking to the slime block, which is something I hadn't actually realized it was actually capable of doing. I know it can't stick to sticky pistons. But other than that, that's actually a good place for me to go ahead and end off the video. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. One more thing, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCP0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Stews. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I will see you guys later.